Hi everybody. Welcome to the acoustic room. We just got in something that's kind of special. I wanted to share it with you because we like to share information about cool old guitars. That's part of our history and part of American culture. Again, we invented country. We invented blues. We invented the thing that came from that, which is rock and roll. And we invented the tools that made all of that happen, and that tool is the guitar. Ta-da! You guys are all familiar with a jumbo guitar. The jumbo guitars are 18 inches across, and the jumbo guitars are jumbo. Gibson made the J-200. I don't have one handy, but it was considered the king of the flat top. Big, huge sound. The problem with it, and you can see as I'm wearing this guitar, is that your shoulders are kind of off and it tends to kind of hurt your neck after a while. So it becomes a little cumbersome to play, and sometimes it's just too loud. Not only is it these are meant to be singer guitars, it's hard to sing over them because they're so loud. So what Gibson did is when they did the J-200 in 1951, they came up with a model that was called the J-185. The J-185 had the double parallelogram inlays, which is kind of popular. I always loved 345s and the other guitars that would come up with that, these midline guitars that would have a nice, easy to read fingerboard, always bound. The J-185 is the standard Gibson scale length, which is a little shorter than Martin, for being a little easier to play. And then they were always kind of the same as the J-200 with a flame maple back and sides and a spruce top. Now, these 50s guitars had old wood. If you think about it, right now we buy new guitars with baked tops and baked wood. But this is already 66-year-old wood, and before it even went on the guitar, it was probably at least 5 to 10 years old, sitting out in lots before they would put it in a kiln to bake it and bring the temperature down to, or bring the humidity level down to 5%, and then they could start building the guitar. I love this era because it has a nice rounded neck. This guitar is not perfect. You can see some of the wear along the edges from being loved and played. You can see it has the original tuners on it, which are gold Clousons, the tuner of choice for Gibson, made in Chicago. And this actually became the Everly Brothers, and this is when the Everly Brothers were given a chance. They had Bye Bye Love in 1957. That was their biggest hit, and it went #1 and stayed #1 forever. And then they came out with hit after hit after hit, year after year after year, and they're like, we should make you a guitar. And they're like, great, make us a 185. Well, we're already making a 185. What else should we do? And they added the double pick guards, the Marlowe Thomas guards, for those of you old enough to know who that is. These double pick guards are on here to kill the top, so it didn't feed back on stage. These Everly Brothers are made of the same exact thing. These are J-185s, and legendary guitars. The Everly Brothers are hard to get. These are hard to get too, because these didn't have much shipping totals. In 1957, they made 33 natural finish J-185s. 33. Not even one for every state. Just 33 guitars shipped. And the shipping totals on these natural finish guitars are much less because you paid 10% extra to get the natural finish. That meant somebody had to go through and pick wood that is flaw-free. No flaws, no mineral streaking, no little knots. You can cover up a lot with a sunburst finish, but this really, the natural finish costs 10%, and that's why, because you got like extra special wood. Now, in 1957, they made 71 sunburst ones, and half of that in naturals. So really, for the naturals, the totals, there's only 270 natural J-185s. Those are really low shipping numbers. These guitars tend to go up in value. They have, at least for the last 40 years. Gibson acoustics have been going up, and they go up approximately 10 to 12% a year. It's actually a little more than that, but let's round it out. These guitars tend to go up over a long period of time, 10 to 12% a year. Does that mean next year this will be worth 12% more? Maybe. In 10 years from now, will it go up in value? Probably. So here we are. I just want to share this. I'm actually on my way out to the Dallas Guitar Show, and I'm going to bring this because I have a customer down there that we've known for many years, and he'd like to play it and see it. These are great songwriter guitars. Perhaps this will come back. I'm kind of hoping that it comes back so I can offer it to you guys locally. And it's just a gorgeous instrument. So there you go. This is a Gibson J-185, only made in the 50s. From 51 to 59, and then they discontinued them. So they're kind of legendary. The famous Gibson Acoustics book, which you should all have, has called the J-185 perhaps their finest acoustic guitar is the J-185. It's just a fabulous guitar, especially for you guys that are songwriters. And so there you go, a Gibson J-185. And on that note, I'm going to let you go back to what you're doing. Call us. Come down in the acoustic room, make an appointment where you sit by yourself and play a few things and relax. We'll show you around. All right? That's all for now. Thanks.